Alright. Alright, hello everyone, this is Poema180, playing my absolute favorite video game of all time, Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. God, I love this game. It's kind of funny though, I was saying in my recent stream, my last one, of Mega Man 2, that I was not going to be playing a Super NES game yet, and here I am playing a Super NES game. I can't help it. I think it's because the Super NES the Mini came out on Friday, and I've just really been enjoying it, and felt like streaming a Super Nintendo game. So here we go. Like I said, I absolutely love and enjoy this game. It's perfection to me. I can't even tell you how many times I've played it. But this run's gonna be, I don't want to call it, it's a speed run, but a casual speed run. It's not gonna be as professional as like World Records or anything like that. So, but it will be quick. I'm gonna skip dialogue and try to get through the game as fast as I can. So, without any further ado, let's begin. I'm actually gonna name Link Barry after Barry White. I said I was gonna do it. A lot of you won't get the reference, but I gotta do it. There we go. Oh, I'm going to just do one thing real quick, if you guys don't mind. Going to change. Okay, yep, removing the filter. I don't really like the filter too much on the Super NES one. I actually use it on my NES games, though. I like it on the NES. God, I can remember the first time I played this. I might have only been like 5 years old. True story, I was still learning how to... Actually, no, I think I played this even younger. I think I was still learning how to read when I played it. I mean, there's no denying the fact that... I'm sure nostalgia plays a role that, in this being my favorite video game of all time, but the gameplay is still incredible to this day. It truly is incredible how Nintendo games... They all have that timeless quality to them where... Even though the graphics look good for the time, there might be something, you know, a feature in the game that was going on at the time, but the gameplay holds up amazingly. And here we go, let's get our sword and shield. The beginning of this game's kind of boring. Even if you played it many times, it's just because there's really not much to see. But once we get the boot, though, it gets kind of nice. Don't have to hold down the D-pad for the whole game. Only in the beginning. Alright, so we'll head on here to Hyrule Castle. The Hyrule Castle theme is awesome. They've brought it back in some of the later games too, but yeah, this was where it made its debut. A few of the tunes made its debut here, actually. Like the fairy theme, the Kakariko Village. Am I pronouncing that right? I always mispronounce it. But, yep. That was from this game. Okay. So I meant earlier when I said casual speedrun is... I memorized the layout of each dungeon, and I have a pretty good idea of where to go. It's just that... To do it like world record status, you really have to be... Oh, it's tough. You pretty much have to skip so many items to the point where the game is very hard. I'm gonna take a few liberties there, and I'm planning on grabbing a bottle in the ferry, the red tunic, the level 4 sword, things like that. It just makes life so much easier. Magic Cape helps big time too. I'm probably gonna grab that. Okay, so we're gonna grab the key from this guy here. I'm pretty sure the boomerang's in this chest. Don't need it, but I like having it. I will use it a few times. You can skip it, though. I remember I can't remember, it might have been an article on IGN. They were saying items that can't be missed in this game. And I was like the one nerd that was like, no, because they wrote the boomerang can't be missed. And it can, just saying. I was probably that one annoying nerd, like in the comments, like, oh, no, the boomerang can be skipped. Alright. This guy, I like to just take 2 bottles to kill him. He takes a few hits, so it takes care of the job. You can save a little bit of time by using the boomerang to grab that. And I skipped the chest in my house at the beginning, because you can just get the lantern here. Some dialogue here, and don't mind me, I love my tea. I have a weird obsession with tea. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I probably drink 4 of these a day, which is probably not healthy. I love both black and green, so I mix it up. I don't really like the fruit flavor ones, the ones that are real heavy in fruit, though. Like, a lot of people love that. I really like the taste of tea itself, so I like some with, if I have any flavor, and I only like a touch. A little bit of fruit, maybe, a little bit of the jasmine for the green jasmine tea. Earl Grey I love. But yeah, nothing too crazy. I used to drink coffee a lot, but I had to give it up. I'm like a coffeeholic, where I like the feeling of like being awake and that I can't stop drinking it to the point where I swear to God, I looked like I looked like the character Twitch on South Park, where I was just kind of like, yeah, I had to give it up. Weather is getting cold here in New England, though. It is. It's the heat kicked on a couple nights ago, and I think it has every night since. It's like in the 40s or 50s now. So yeah, fall's definitely here. Before you know it, the snow will be arriving. I'm not really looking forward to that. So yeah, nothing too much to comment on the game yet, really. I mean, thank you so much for stopping by, Allie. You're the best. You know what's funny is you mentioned yesterday how much tea you drink, and I was thinking of that. I have an obsession with teas. Me and you on the same boat there. Thanks for stopping by, though. I appreciate it. You're the best. What's your favorite tea, Allie? Just curious. Ooh. So yeah, I know I already told you this, Allie, but I was mentioning how this game is my favorite video game of all time. I kind of have an obsession with it, similar to Cave Story. I don't know what it is. I love doing a run through of this game. It's good. I guess that's the only reason you need it. Tea break. Ah. Yeah, so like I was saying, it's kind of a speed run of the game. I have the game memorized by heart, but it's not like a competitive speed run though, because that I'm not that good. I know the game, but I'm not that good. That's so funny. Guess what I'm drinking, Allie? Guess what I'm drinking? English breakfast. That and just... That's so funny. I literally said that. I don't know if you heard me right before you came on, Allie. I was saying I like plain tea a lot. A lot of tea places, they like putting like a ton of fruit in and just a little tea. And I don't know, I'm a plain tea guy. I mostly drink English breakfast. And like Green Dragon or Dragon Well, whatever it's called, those are mostly the two I drink. Yeah, I literally have way too much in it. Oh, by the way, Allie, I thought you'd like this. I named Link Barry after Barry White, so I said I was going to name a character after Barry White. Barry White's dead, though. You killed him, which, I mean, is a good thing, but it's kind of a bittersweet feeling. I'm going to miss Barry. It's not going to be the same now when it's, you know, hey, this is Allie playing Cuphead. I can't believe how good you did in that game. Yeah, so Allie's playing Cuphead on her stream, and I just played that for a little bit before I came on here. And, oh man, I got killed left and right. I gotta have over 100 deaths in that game now. I'm a little further than you, I think, but not much. But, oh yeah, here's a cheap trick. If you use save and quit and just reload the game, it kind of like teleports you faster. It's kind of cheap, but I like saving time. Boom, boom, boom. Just curious, Allie, do you have a favorite Legend of Zelda? I think Legend of Zelda is my favorite series. It's a tough call. I'm a big Pokemon geek. Castlevania I love Mega Man. What else? The early Contras are awesome. But, I don't know, I love Zelda. I play so reckless in video games, it's so crazy. I like don't even care if I get hurt half the time. Who doesn't love this classic Zelda theme? I gotta admit, I absolutely love Breath of the Wild. I think best game, easily game of the year for me. I do miss some of the classic tunes, though. That might be the one thing I kind of miss. The music's still good in the game, but it's more atmospheric than melodic. And me being a big music lover, I love melodies. So. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay, Allie. I'll be on for a couple hours. I'm gonna try to beat this in one sitting if I can, but. Yeah, it's okay though. I might stream again. I always stream when you're not on because I want to watch your stream and support your stream. So maybe 2 nights from now. But yeah, I still appreciate it. That's still awesome of you. And I still want to play Mario Kart sometime. And I'd love to get Jai on there too. I want to see how competitive he is. Thank you so much, though. It's so nice of you to stop by. Even for just a minute means the world to me. Thank you. I hope your internet gets better. Yeah, Allie lives in Australia, and the internet there is, based on what I've heard, is, let's put it this way. That would be one thing I wouldn't like if I lived in Australia. I think I love it there, though, other than that. Yeah, but yeah, thanks for stopping by. You're the best. So again, I already mentioned this previously, but if anyone's on here for the first time, I have the Super NES Mini, and I also have like 5 copies of this game, but I'm playing it on an emulator because I don't have a capture card. But, yeah, I'm still playing on a controller that is a rip-off of the Super NES controller, so it's pretty close to like the real thing. You can actually get this Switch with the anti-fairy still there, but you take a lot of damage, and like I said, I am not good enough to be like an expert speedrunner, so I was worried. I'm worried I was gonna die if I did it. That's why I didn't do it. It's risky. Dungeons are pretty short in this Zelda. There's really already not much left. I kind of like it though. I kind of like the more dungeons, but they're smaller. I don't know, because there's like a variety in each of the dungeons. The direct sequel to this game, A Link Between Worlds, did that too. That was an excellent game. I recommend that to anybody that has a 3DS. Probably my favorite 3DS game. Ooh, I'm doing... See, look, I'm already kind of low on... I think I'll be okay, though. I think I'll be... Yeah, if you get that switch there, it's on the bottom. If you actually quickly get it, go out of the way, those guys won't even wake up in enough time to hurt you. So, kind of cool. Kill that guy, and let's get this guy's eye opened up. I'm charging my sword up because there's enemies right here. And if you're quick enough, you can take these guys out in one turn here. Perfect. So, I forgot if I mentioned, this is not an 100% run. I thought about going back to this game sometime and doing it, though. It's not very stream-friendly, though, because there's 2 heart pieces that are RNG-based, which basically means it's completely luck if you get it or not. And it really sucks, because I could get it right off the bat, or just be sitting here doing it over and over again. And on a live stream, that would probably not be very fun to watch. Oops, I'm doing bad here. I usually already have these guys dead. This one gets harder, but 3 hits. I always try to do this little sword slash right as it lands. Got the little sparkling effect there. Alright. So yeah, before you do anything, you just want to come in here and talk to this guy, and you get the boot, which is incredibly useful, especially for speedrunners. Skipping through dialogue here, you probably hear, sorry if you hear me tapping the button. I think that happens on K-Star as well. Oh man, runny nose again. Sorry, it's like a little itchy in the bottom. I know it's like kind of awkward to see a guy doing this throughout the stream. I really apologize for that. But before we load into the menu again to do like cheap teleport, I'm gonna go in here and get a couple supplies. We do need 500 rubies in the game for the flippers, so. Oh wait, I want to go back. I'm gonna get the. I think there's 3 bombs in that chest. Yep. And now we're gonna do the cheap teleport thing I was talking about, and go back to Link's house or Barry's house, Barry White's house. Yep, so now we have the boot. Look at that. You don't have to keep pulling the D-pad. You just hold the boot and charge away. Alright. There it is. There's that classic tune. When I was a kid, I found this tune I found the theme of Kakariko Village kind of sad. I don't know why. It's kind of a nice, pleasing melody, actually. It's kind of relaxing. But anyways, yeah, so all you need to do to get to the next dungeon is grab this book and head to the desert in the southwest. But, like I said, I do not trust my skills, so I am going to go to the town and grab a bottle in the bug catching net. The net allows you to get fairies in this game, and anyone who's played Zelda knows fairies will basically revive you when you die. Very useful. I can't believe, when I first played this game as a kid, I did not know this. You could do that. I didn't know you could catch fairies. I didn't know until Ocarina of Time you could do that. I found out years later you could do it in this game. And I felt like such an idiot, because I remember between dungeons, I wasn't that good at the game at the time. I was a young kid, and I would save money between each dungeon to get like the red potion or the blue potion, and it's just funny because you really only need fairies. But yeah, I didn't know. So yep, save and quit. You won't be needing this cheap teleport anything later in the game, just in the earlier sections. So, there's us. I said I was going to beat this game in one sit-in, but I still haven't made up my mind, actually. I'm kind of on the fence. Sorry if I changed my mind. Just because it's a little late at my house, and I don't want to... I live at home with my family, and it would be kind of mean to wake them up if they're going to bed, so... I mean, I'm not doing this for profit or anything, you know, I'm not a Switch affiliate. In fact, I don't think there's even anyone in the room right now, so... kind of mean to do that to them for no reason when I can stream earlier. Oh, I thought that was... Oh, crap, sorry. I thought there was a bug there. I have to go up. Silly me. Oops, oops. I think you're supposed to go further left. Nope, we got it, we got it. I gotta get better at explaining to you guys what I'm doing. Sometimes I play this game so much, I'm kind of mumbling to myself in my head. Screaming's still pretty new to me. But yeah, all you do is come up here, read the book, and then you can enter the next dungeon. Again, pretty simple. The layout of this dungeon's pretty easy. The boss is annoying, though, especially if you try to kill him quickly. I'm not good at it. Wow, I went the wrong way. What's wrong with me? I have the game memorized. Just plain silly. Yeah, you have to go in this section. If you hold the sword and charge it, I think you can kind of do that. Boot your way to the left. And there's a key in here we're going to grab. To grab it, you actually have to have the boot, because you have to grab it by doing that. And watch out for these guys. They're an annoying enemy in Zelda games. They'll always shoot a beam at you whenever their eye matches your, like, wherever you are, their vision. So always just watch out for that. They get annoying later in the game. So now we're just going to go grab the big key, which is in this room right here. What are these enemies? I call them like little squids. What's it really look like to me? Oops. Oh crap. Yep, so now just literally get the key, get the chest, get the treasure, which is a glove, and then just boss. I mean, I guess that's the case in every dungeon that I'm playing, but I don't know why. It seems that much more like... do it in that order in this dungeon. Alright. This dungeon actually has 2 buildings, so what we're going to do is go outside. It's actually south of here. To the right and south. There is a heart piece down south, but again, I'm doing like kind of more of a speed run for this game, so I'm going to skip it and just go right in here. And pretty much just go through the rooms here until you reach the boss. You push the switch right here. And I believe it's on the bottom left. You don't have to actually stay for those bricks here. They're tiles. You can just skip on ahead if you have the key. See how nice the boot is, though? Like, oh, it's great. And your sword keeps out, like, you know, it keeps it out, so it's kind of like a little charge. I love it. They did such an amazing job of taking everything that made the original Zelda great and just finding a way to make it better. I like pretty much almost everything better about this game, to the point. Maybe the only real tiny thing, again, this is my favorite game of all time, the only thing maybe, like, if I had to be like a critic, the first game is a slightly more open-ended. That's about it, though. I think I like everything better about this game. Super Metroid, and a game that I will do a speedrun stream after. That, oh my god, like, that game made the original... That game is so much better than the original Metroid, to the point where it makes the original Metroid, like, not age well, even though it's still a good game. But yeah, these enemies are annoying. Like, good speedrunners can kill these guys really fast. Boom. I can't. I don't know, they take a few hits. I find it hard to hit all 3 of them at once. Yeah. And I'm low on arrows. Using arrows can help a little. If you have good aim. Let's see if we get somewhere around here. So yeah, the charge does a little more damage, so if you stay on the top left and do that, it's at least an automatic hit. But yeah, I'm so slow at this boss. It's not as annoying as the boss in the next dungeon, though, that's for sure. There we go. 2 dungeons down. Okay, save and quit. There. Yep, so let's see. To save time, we're going to go to the Sanctuary now. If you want a heart refill, you can talk to the priest or Zelda. And just head on out. Now we have the glove, we're going to go to the next dungeon. Just like that, back to back. Really nothing else that I need to grab, so... Little bear guys like following me. Once in a while, there's a little spider under this big rock. Yeah, okay, it's not showing up. I don't know, like, how that works, like, what causes him to show up, what doesn't. If it's RNG, I have no clue. Alright, so this old guy, like, kind of scared me when I first played him. I was like, wow. What do you think about? What's an old guy just standing there in pitch dark cave doing? Well, I guess he got lost, but still. I think he would be, like, shouting help or something. Blah, 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 you have to listen to him blab. But we don't have him for long. He causes you to run slow, but like this. But We don't have him for long, like I said, so not too bad. Besides, he gives us a very useful item in about 2 seconds, so can't hate on him. Okay, so yep, he goes away now. This section's kind of annoying. It's really hard to dodge these boulders. You kind of have to just get lucky. Yeah, see, going up those stairs, it's kind of hard to, like, how do you know if you're going to get hit, you know what I mean? But that's the last of them here. I'm getting the mirror prepared. So if anyone, oh, oops, I did not mean to do that. But if anyone on here has never played this game, it has what is called a light world and a dark world, and you use the mirror to travel back and forth. It's been used now in a few other games, like I think Metro Prime 2 has something similar, and it's really fun. You have to interact back and forth, and even though as the layout's roughly the same, there's still a lot of differences, and it's kind of fun to go back and forth. It was unique at the time. I can't think of. I think it was the first game to do that. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But, yep, so the third dungeon right here. This dungeon's kind of annoying. Easy, but annoying. Oh, what's nice about the mirror, too, you're going to see me use it. If you use it in a dungeon, it brings you back to the beginning. It saves time if you're trying to be quick. Like here, I just want to grab the key and go right back. Oops. I'd get faster in the menu here. But, yeah, so if you use the boomerang... Actually, I don't even know if I had to hit that one. The, switch. Oh, well. And here we go, the tiles. We have to wait until they're done in this room. When I was a kid, I didn't know you could hit them, though. It just saves a little time, which is nice. It's a little safer, too. So, whoa. You can use it with the sword or this, so, yep. So I like to do this. I like to kind of just tap up close. And, yeah, pretty much that's it. Oops. I'm sorry, I got distracted by my phone there. I wasn't looking. My phone's kind of ringing off. Alright. There we go. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to pause just 1 second. I just want to make sure it's not anything too important. Sorry, I know this is not exciting to watch at all. Okay. Alright. So... yeah, I don't really tell anyone I pretty much just start. Sometimes I don't even tell my family, so sometimes I have to check in case it's something important. And I'm almost dead. I do not want to die. I did get the emergency fairy, though. So. But yeah, we're going to use the... oops, wrong button. We're going to use the mirror again. The beeping can get a little annoying in these early Zeldas when you're on health. Beep, beep, meh, eh, eh. It's like... I wish you could, like, lower the volume when it does that. Okay, so we're going to hit the switch there. So those enemies actually take a few hits, but if you saw what I just did there, I hit 2 of them into the pit below, and I hit the 3rd one with the bottle. I throw it at him, so kind of nice. And I'm going to hit the switch here for some emergency hearts after. You'll see that very soon. So, a skilled player you can actually plant a bomb here and do a bomb jump where you can actually jump over this. It's kind of like taking advantage of a glitch to get that chest and save time. With half a heart, I am not attempting it. And if you screw it up, you fall 2 levels below and you end up just wasting time. It's not even really worth it unless you're a pro. Especially since it doesn't take that much time to get. You just do this. It's, boom, right here. Moon Pearl. So what the Moon Pearl does is, if you noticed, I turned into a rabbit when I was in the Dark World, and now you no longer will, so you have to have that item again. You'll stay in your human form. Or Helian form, whatever it is in Zelda. But, okay, so these were the emergency hearts I'm talking about on the right here, and it looks like I could really use them. Every single one of these bottles has a heart. But as you see, I hit the blue, I hit the switch so that the orange blocks would be down so I can grab them. So yeah, here we go. This boss is so annoying. Because he can not only can he hurt you, but he can knock you off the ledge. So, and he takes 6 hits. The last one, he gets quite fast. So let's. A trick though is if you hold your hard sword like this, and if you like aim in his direction, you can't fall. So that's kind of nice. It looks like you can fall, but you can't. Nope. Better not do that. Look at how far the knockback is. I think, is that the last one? Yep, last one. He's fast enough. Okay, that went nice. That went nice. No complaining here. Here we go. 3 pen. Oh, I screwed up my little flashy effect. If anyone does see this, though, let me know how the recording quality is. Because I post this to YouTube after, and I archive it on Twitch. But my best friend watches these, and he told me it was skipping on my Mega Man 2, and I don't know why. I don't know much about recording, or I'm learning as I go, but pretty high on PC on an old game on an emulator, and yeah, I really don't know why that happened. If it did, it's the only time it has. So yeah, let me know. See what I can do. Anyways, yeah, you go back to the sanctuary here. We're gonna go grab the Master Sword now. Actually, you know what? I don't even think I needed that heart refill there, but oh well. Another thing I'm going to grab is kind of like an emergency that can really come in handy is the mushroom here, and I'll explain why after. Probably make more sense to explain it when I use it. So yeah, I hope anyone who's managed to get a hold of the Super NES Mini has enjoyed it. I believe I've already mentioned this probably multiple times, but Super NES is my favorite console of all time, so it was a no-brainer for me. It's a pretty good list too. Even though it's 21 games, 9 games less than the 30 on the NES, it's a great list. I mean, I like practically every game on there. In a dream scenario, I'd probably get rid of Kirby's Dream Course and Chrono Trigger. I like all 3 Mega Man X's, so I'd like to see that. But that's pretty much it. It's an excellent, excellent list. I mean, obviously, if I really got nitpicky, yeah, sure, like Zombies Ate My Neighbors is awesome. Terra Enigma is a great game that was never released in the US. But still, it's a really good collection. I can see the demand for it. And okay, so now that we got the Master Sword, we basically go back to Hyrule Castle. Oh wait, I didn't pick the wrong place. I'm gonna do the cheap teletrick trick. It's only Barry's house. Barry White's house. Did I grab a fairy? I didn't. You know what? I'm gonna go grab a fairy to be safe, though. I lied. You know what I said in that dungeon I had emergency fairy? I didn't, because I forgot to grab the fairy. It's a good thing I didn't die. So this sword, the Master Sword, brings back the classic NES sword, where if you're at full health, you get the beam. They even found a way to include that in Breath of the Wild, which is cool. But, alright, yeah, so there's fairies right there on the left of the house, which are definitely good. I always loved how Link's hair is pink in this game. I don't remember why. I read the story. It was some sort of, issue with the colors in the game, the way it was programmed, I think. But, yeah. When I was a kid, I thought it was part of his hat for some reason. For sure if they brought back Pink here or Link. Did I call him Zelda a minute ago? If I did, I'm sorry. I meant to say Link. But, okay, yeah, so now we have Master Sword we can get through here, and we face the wizard. Just go through a series of rooms. Man, I can't believe how low I am on arrows. I think we need to use a few more. You also need 110 rubies for the next dungeon, which I already have, which is good. But it's good to keep a mental note of that if you're doing a fast run of this game like that. Sometimes a fairy drops here, but not always, as you can see. So it's good to grab the emergency one. Right here, I think you just go to the left. Pretty much here, it's not any complicated puzzle solve or anything, just a bunch of rooms that you with enemies. This room I don't really like much, just because I feel like I'm not good at speedrunning the room. There's another room like this too, coming up in the next dungeon. Yep, so... Yep. I don't know why, I feel like you can't really use the boot well there, and you can't really, like... I don't know, I feel like I feel like I'm always slow in those rooms. Here you can just go left. I like using the boomerang to knock these enemies off, if I can. Oh wait, not here. And in a room later on, apologize. Here you have to kill the guy in the arrow and get the key. Blue knight with the arrow, and then right up here. I think this next room you have to push the statue out of the way. Oh wait, I'm wrong. Jumping ahead. I gotta start commenting on things that aren't happening in the game. Okay. I think that, yeah, another room with 2 more knights. Yep, they take 3 hits each. Boomerang is nice to have, though, even on a speed run, just in case if you need to stun enemies. Oh, too bad. I tried to dodge that guy and just hit the one with the bottle like that, so I could just boomerang the key, but yeah, I failed. Alright. I kind of like this room. You got 3 colored knights here. I don't know. This looks cool to me. And we're already just about done. Yeah, this is the room where I knocked him with the boomerang. I always like how it does that little, like, effect. It's almost like a little cartoon effect. How they're still like this and then they fall. It's kind of funny. Alright. Can't save Zelda in time, we're awful. Gives us more gameplay though, so I guess it's a good thing. You know, it's fine. So when I played this as a kid, I wasn't the brightest kid. At least not with video games. I'll show you what. So this guy disappears. I did not know what to do, to the point where I had to stop playing this game and ask someone else I knew. It's kind of obvious looking back. If you look, he goes through this curtain here, and yeah, you just go through. I don't know. Just go through here. I can't believe I couldn't figure it out. So this boss is very easy but annoying, especially for professional speedrunners. So he does 2 things. I kind of like want to make sure to explain. So you want to get to the bottom left or bottom right and just tap your sword like crazy. He can't hurt you if you do that. The first time he always hits you with like the ball there, and he but sometimes he'll shoot out what are called these little blue balls. That's really what people call them because they look like blue balls. Not trying to sound dirty. It's a 50%. After the first one you saw, he always shoots that ball and then you swing it back at him. But the blue balls, it's a 50% chance after that. If he's going to shoot the blue balls or the big one that you can swing back, you can only hurt him by swinging the big one back. So it's kind of like you can't control how fast you can beat this boss. Fortunately, he still doesn't take too long to kill, but for professional speedrunners that are trying to save like every second, it's very frustrating. See, that's the blue ball attack. See how you can't hurt him. You just have to swipe it away. But if you stay at a diagonal like I am, he can't hurt you. And once every few attacks, he'll do this. He goes in the top center and shoots lightning. You can tell he's doing it, though, because see how he's looking towards me where I walk? He won't do that when he's using the lightning attack, and he always goes right here. So, see how he's looking towards me? That's how I know he's not doing it. So I hope I explained that well. I'm trying to explain everything really quickly while doing it. So I apologize if it was kind of scrambled. There we go. He takes 6 hits, so that was good, actually. That didn't take long. Just gotta wait. And into the dock roads. The majority of the game now, we're going to be in the dock road. It's where, like, all the dungeons are. Nothing too much to say here, just skipping dialogue. I know it's not the most fun thing to watch. These old games, you can't skip dialogue. Maybe that's one of the few things I'd change too. I said the same thing in Cave Story, I think. The Switch version lets you skip dialogue, though, which is awesome. Of that game. Alright. The enemies, one thing I do like about the Zelda, and they kind of brought back in Breath of the Wild, is you actually take damage from getting hit. You can actually die if you're not careful. Some of the Zeldas get a little too easy, in my opinion, after this Zelda, so... Actually, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask weren't too bad, but Wind Waker was like, oh my god. Twilight Princess was pretty easy, too. In fact, that's why, some people might hate me for saying this. I still love and adore Wind Waker. I like its visuals and its music, which is funny because it got criticized for its visuals, but looking back, it's one of my favorite things about it. It's still not my favorite Zelda, though, because, I'd rank it on the lower end, even though it's still a great game. For one, I love and adore the Legend of Zelda series. They're all great games, so that's why, like, even though I say it on the lower end, it's still good. But the reason why is there's two things I don't like about it. Like I was saying, it's so easy, like... literally take quarter heart damage from enemies. Like it's almost like I'd have to try and die in the game. The other thing is the sailing mechanic is fun at first, but I find it kind of like I don't know, just kind of burdensome towards the end. You have to collect a bunch of Triforce pieces, and it's one of the most boring things in all of Zelda to me. They made it a little easier in the Switch version, though. The Switch version, I mean, sorry, not the Switch, the Wii U version. So I recommend getting the Wii version if you can. Wii U. Man, I'm mixing up my words today. I'm sorry. Wii U version. If you can get the Wii U version, get that version. Yeah, they made it so that you don't have to get all the Triforce pieces. They made it so that you can have a sail that lets you go at full speed in any direction. It really is nice. Same thing with Majora's Mask on the 3DS. They did a great job of making it like less of a pain to play, like some of the like more annoying things. Nintendo does a great job with that. That's why I love seeing them update games. Even Mario Kart for the Switch I find to be a little bit nicer too than the Wii U version. They're just, yeah, they're good with that. So yeah, despite the fact this is the first dungeon of the Dark World dungeons, I actually find it a little bit harder than the next couple. Yeah, it's just, the layout's a little bit tougher to me, a little bit more tricky if you're new to the game. Plus, oh, I meant to actually use the mirror here, but oh well, I'll just come back. Plus the boss can be a little challenging. But it's a fun challenge, at least. That's what I like about the game Cuphead so far, if anyone's played it. It's quite difficult, but it's fun. They really nails that feeling of where you want to keep playing it, even though you keep dying. Super Meat Boy did a good job with that, too. Wait, do I even drop down here? Hold on a second. Forget, my memory's playing tricks with me. Yeah, I do. Just got one of the key here. Yep, and now he's in there. Yeah, making a game difficult is tough to make it a good difficult game, because you really got to get that feeling down where it feels good to play, and if you're dying, it's like a mistake on your part. Because if it feels like it's a level design flaw, then that's really, it's not really all that well developed, in my opinion. Some of the early NES games had that problem, but those games I can cut some slack because you know it was early in video game life. They were like learning how to design a game. Like, I love and adore Ninja Gaiden, but there's no denying there's some really cheap deaths in that game. But, yeah, it's really... I enjoy challenging games as long as it's, like, a fair challenge where it's, like, you know, it's you screwing up. Alright, so... I'm going to take a second to grab these rubies for the 500 rubies I'm going to be needing. For the flippers, which I'll be grabbing pretty soon. And I also need the key here, so... There was a trick I could have done a minute ago to bomb jump again, but it's hard to do, very hard to do. So yeah, I'm not doing any of the bomb jumps in this run. I can't say it enough. I said it earlier, but I'll say it again. I have so much respect for speedrunners of this game. This game is hard to speedrun, like to the best of your ability, like world record speedrun. It is very tough. There's like no room for error. There's a lot of RNG with the bosses. They can really hurt you. And people, the best like speedrunners in this game, they beat the entire game with the green tunic and the level 3 sword, which is so tough. Yeah, this is the other room I was talking about that's kind of annoying. I'm just not fast at these rooms. And I'm going the wrong way, too. It's easy to get lost. Yeah, I think you go further. You go left. Yeah, and then you go this way, yep. There should be a key to the right. Yep. Before we use the mirror to go back to the beginning, as you can see, I used the mirror a few times in this dungeon. Gonna grab the hammer. Love the hammer. I think this game was the first game to have the hammer. And the hook shot, and quite a few classics to boot. Okay, so now that we got the item, we can proceed now to the boss. There's still a little bit away. There's a few rooms we have to go through. A trick here to save time, instead of going like back and forth on the left, you can, if you aim the arrow right here, you can actually hit that switch and then just kind of go this way. Saves time. And if you need emergency hearts, don't feel afraid to take the time and grab. There's 3 hearts over here. You know, sometimes it's worth a few extra seconds to stay healthy. And let's see. So, yep. Forgot to grab the last heart there. So these enemies can be annoying, but they're not too bad if you know what to do. They are always walking the opposite direction as you, so you have to kind of like line up your shots. The red one, or pink one, I guess it's kind of pink, is a little tougher, and it will shoot beams at you if you like this, if you look directly at it, but it's still not too tough. Just gonna get the hang of it. Here, shoot the eye, and just wait for the room to open up. Seriously though, guys, I say this every video, and I will, just in case you've never seen my videos. Follow Allie90, ALLI90, on here, and on YouTube as well. She is the best. She really is. She's like the coolest, sweetest person. I'm still like new to streaming. I don't expect anyone, to watch right now, and she's still been showing up, and I haven't even asked her. She's just great. She's just really nice like that. Good person. Makes me feel bad because I like to tease her. She really is sweet though. Alright. But, here the hammer's quite nice. You have to use the hammer to hit them over, but if you... it takes one hit, too, if you kill them with the hammer when they're upside down. Just be careful, because you can knock them back over if there's other ones in the area, and they can hit you. Boss room is right up here. I try to line it up, so there we go, just like that. And here we go, boss time. So yeah, this boss can be annoying. I'm gonna pause for a second. So when I was a kid, I did not know you can use the hammer on his mask. I kept throwing bombs constantly. It was so much worse. You definitely want to use the hammer. You don't want to get up too close though, because he can sometimes walk towards you. I'm giving a little bit of distance as I use the hammer. So yeah, he has 2 attacks. He's fireballs here and his tail. And he does quite a bit of damage, which is why the emergency fairy is very nice. Yeah, he's gonna do the tail. You know he's gonna do the tail because he starts, his tail starts getting fast. Alright, cool. Yeah, he's gonna do it right now. Ooh, that's some good dodging on my part there, I do say. Don't want to sound cocky, though. He's almost dead. Here we go. Again, though, he's harder than I made it look. I got lucky there. He didn't do too much. He can be annoying. One crystal down. There's 8 of them in this, in the dark row. Ah. Enjoying my tea over here. I swear to God, I'm an old man. Like, I'm 30, but in many ways, I feel like I'm a 60-year-old man, because even when I was younger, I was never a guy, like, nothing against anyone who does, but you know, like how, you know, kids are younger in college, they like to go out and party. I was the guy that would be home playing video games or writing songs or drinking tea. That's not much has changed. Yeah, I stream games, I write songs, and I drink tea. Sometimes you gotta enjoy the simple things in life, though. You really do. Sometimes it's easy to get carried away. Get too carried away with work and school and, you know, just some of the stress of life. Sometimes just doing the most simple things makes you happy to be alive. I don't care if that sounds lame. It's true. Alright, so we're gonna mirror our way to the light world. I think this is gonna be the last time I use the cheap teleport fade-in trick. Because we're gonna be getting an item that allows us to teleport in-game. And that is very nice. And now we have the hammer, we can use more of those, we can use more teleports to the dock rails, because you'll see right here, see how I can stomp these little pillars there? Yep. More, basically access to more areas. I really don't think I'll ever get bored of this game, though. I really don't. They just... I really gotta stop going on. I was worried before I doing this stream that I was gonna go on about how obsessed I am with this game, and I can already tell I'm gonna do that. They nailed it, though. I can't think of any other way to say it. Obviously, games have been improved upon. Now, even Zelda itself has been, but for its time period, they nailed it. There's really no other way to explain it. They just nailed it. Alright, yep, so you want to grab a shovel here. You actually don't have to talk to him again, right, for the rest of the game. So, we're going to mirror, and we're going to shovel, like, right above me, you'll see, to get the, ocarina. It's called a flute in the game, but in the, the English version, but I'm pretty sure it's an ocarina. Classic Zelda instrument. I believe it's pronounced ocarina. I always forget if it's ocarina or ocarina, but I think it's ocarina. I believe my friend has an ocarina, actually. Actually, I'm pretty sure I've played it before, now I think of it. Wasn't too good at it. As musical as I am, I don't know my wind instruments too well. Feel a lot more comfortable on a guitar. Alright, so here, yeah. So I'm actually, what I'm doing here is I'm actually skipping. So the crystal dungeons, that's what I call them. I just beat the first one out of 8. And they're numbered, the order you're supposed to do them. Like 1 through 8. We're skipping 2 and 3 right now and going straight to 4. The reason for that is because beating 4 early gets you an upgraded sword early, and it's 100% worth it. Even on a casual run, unless if you wanted to play the game 100% intended, I would still recommend doing this. It's just, why not have the more powerful sword early, you know what I mean? Especially if you can do it. It's one of the few times where the game actually allows you to, like, you know, do something, out of order. I don't know if they meant to or not. I don't know if it was intended, but you're not doing a glitch, though. You just kind of come here. I don't know if it was just like an oversight, but I'm happy it is. Yep, so come here. There's a chance I can die in this next dungeon. Ooh, I wish I had another bottle. I would have loved to have grabbed that fairy. Oops. I took 2 hearts. You really... This next dungeon, the layout's extremely easy, but man, it hurts. Getting hit by pretty much any enemy is not good. And the boss can be kind of annoying. So I'm really watching my health. But the reason why I'm going in here first before I enter the dungeon, 300 rubies. And like I said, I need 500 rubies. Actually, I need 600 rubies. So, and it looks like I already got it. I need 500 for the flippers, but I need 100 for something late in the game. So, nice to already have that done. But anyways, yep, so here we go, into the 4th dungeon. So yeah, like I said, layout's extremely easy. It's one of the easiest dungeons to memorize if you're speedrunning, but the enemies really hurt. Yeah, that just took 2 hearts there, and I think some of them do even more. So I really got to be careful. And I actually forgot I was going to grab the magic powder before coming in here to make this dungeon easier. Oh, I got hit, turned into a bunny. But I forgot. So it could be a little tougher. So I might play this dungeon a little bit less speedrunning and more conservative if I have to, because dying, even with the emergency fairy, I can still die here. And better safe than sorry, like I say a lot in these streams. Especially while streaming. This isn't, doing this live, I can't edit it out, you know what I mean? So, let's grab the heart here, and the key here, and go back to them. Yes, these anti-fairies, or anti-fairies, are really annoying. They take away your health and take away some of your magic. If you have the magic powder, you can use them on them, and they turn to a fairy, which makes an annoying enemy into something useful. And, yeah, these guys are annoying. Yeah. See how annoying it is to dodge this stuff? It's one thing that makes this dungeon a little bit tricky. But anyways, yeah, so do that. Go upstairs. This dungeon's unique, too, in that you can't just go to the boss room. You have to do something first, which is what I'm doing right now. Watch out, these guys do a lot of damage. These little, I don't even know what they're called. I don't even know what they look like. I'm playing a conservative here and making sure it's clear. Don't want them on me. Okay, yeah, so you have to bomb this where the light is. You need to do this to complete the dungeon, even though it looks, like, kind of random. Like, why do I have to do that? You'll see soon. Boot our way back. And don't hit the switch again here to switch the blocks, the color blocks. Leave it with the blue one down. Just come right down. The reason why is because we have to go in the room to the right here. And as you can see, there's a blue block. Here too, so... man. You know what, I'm actually gonna play it safe and kill these enemies. Hope there's a heart drop. There isn't. Would've been nice. Up here, I believe there's a key. Oh, maybe not. Well, I guess I said when I said the game memorized, I guess I had most of the game memorized. All right, yeah, here we go. Some hearts. Those hearts will come in handy. Like I said, I'm taking the time to kill a few more enemies than usual. It just seems. Use some arrows, I guess. Normally I'd rush through these rooms. Oh, gosh. That's what I get for trying to play it safe, huh? Try to do it. Well, at least there's a heart. I think there's a heart on here, too. Yep. Grab the key here and talk to this lady. She's gonna follow you now, and you have to get her to beat this dungeon. It's convenient to get her right now, though, so that's why I did. And just come to the room left here, get the hammer ready. So the floor here is going to start to disappear, but if you're quick, just grab this. Ooh, I was a little late, but that's alright. It's because I missed it when I hit the hammer. Oh, there we go, got a heart back, that's good. Alright, so... Alright, yep, so anyways, yeah, the room was up here, we skipped earlier. But we need to grab her and put her under the light. She's actually the boss. She's not really the maid. Yeah, so this boss is annoying. Try to get 3 hits on him right off the bat like I just did. And then his head comes out, and another head pops up. You have to do this another 3 times. You really gotta watch these fireballs. Look at this, look at this. Look at how annoying this is to dodge. Getting hit by the fireball at least only takes 1 heart. Getting hit by his beam is like instant. Yeah. It takes away way more health. And as you can see, thank God I had the fairy. That's why I was playing this dungeon conservative. I want to make sure I had some hearts here, because I think I got them, but even now I have to be careful. Okay. I was swinging in the wrong direction, but I got it. Dungeon down. This is literally me. I know I already said this, but just like, yeah, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. You know, maybe, I just thought of this. I think you can fast forward on emulators on the PC. If I really wanted to, I could. I don't want to do that, though, on stream. I want to play it, like, as if you were playing the game, so. As you notice, I haven't used save states. I do, though, for practice a lot. Very useful, actually. I'm a huge fan of save states. And I don't have a problem with people abusing them for old games, because, you know, not everyone wants to play, like, really challenging games. They just want to see it begin and end, so, yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm sure some people, some purists, though, will be like, how dare you do that? But, yeah, so you talk to this little frog dude, and, this is to get the upgraded sword I was telling you about. Actually, I think you can use the boot, yeah. He'll follow you. Yep, use the mirror here. Or actually, you know what? Up here. Save a little time. And come on in here. So now that his partner's back, I'm guessing they're like identical twins. They look like it. But anyways, you exit the building, enter it, and have them temper the sword. It only costs 10 rubies, so literally no reason not to do it. So to get it, they said you have to wait. To get it for time to pass in the game, just enter the Dark World and exit it again. That's all you have to do, and it will be done. And we get our nice, pretty red sword. It kind of makes like a heavier sound when it swings too. It's pretty cool. But I forgot to grab the. Hold on, did I forget to? I did. Oh, silly me. All right, I meant to grab something, but it's right to the left. So the ocarina does nothing until you use it. Well, I'll show you, actually. It's easier to explain. I mean, easier to show you than explain. Man, I've been mixing up my words left and right today. I apologize, guys. You go over here, yep, to where the dungeon is, except you go here in the light robe. And just play the ocarina in front of this. You don't play the whole song, you have to wait. And now our little bird friend is alive. And this bird, now when you play the song, he shows up and he'll teleport you. Very, very nice. I think you have to get it to beat the game too, but you would want it anyways. I mean, who wouldn't want it? So, this is where I diverge from even a casual speed run. I really like getting this magic powder that you're about to see me grab. Oh, I'm not doing this in the proper order, I forgot. This is why I called it a casual speedrun, because if I was playing this, like, more often, I would have had this done much more streamlined and convenient. I'm forgetting to do things. First, I want to actually... oh yeah, let me explain what I just did, actually. First, the mushroom I grabbed in the woods, you hand to that witch, then leave the screen and come back, go in the building, and then you get the magic powder. The magic powder is the item I was referring to, that if you put it on an anti-fairy, it becomes a fairy. To me, it's worth grabbing, even on a speed run, if you're not, like, you know, doing a more casual speed run like me, because it gives you so much more room for error. If I get low on hearts now, I can, you know, get a fairy and catch it so much easier than I could before. So I would if you're just getting the hang of speedrunning this game, I recommend taking a few liberties first. Just really get a feel of the game. But what we want to do is conveniently get a few things all at once right now. To do that, we're going to go enter the Dark World, which you now can under that bridge. Go right. just kind of boot our way around. So what we're heading to get right now is two things. We're getting an item that we need to beat the game, but we're also getting the boots. I mean, not the boots, flippers. At least that mix-up wasn't too far off, you know, boots, flippers. You need the flippers to swim, though, and you need to swim to beat the game. And you also needed the item I'm about to get right here to beat the game. You can't enter a dungeon later on without it. So all you do is throw this in this little thing here, and this cactus squid dude comes up and yeah, he basically hands you this. Oh, did I say cactus? I meant to say catfish. Sorry. It doesn't really look like a catfish though. But anyways, yeah, so he'll give you that to go away, and you need it to beat the game, so we'll take it. So if you teleport here and go up, this is how you get the flippers. And like I said, you need 500 rubies. So hopefully the places I showed you, if you're new to this game, will be nice and easy ways to get 500 rubies. So yeah, head south. The south path is the way to get to him. The game likes to give you dead ends here. Yeah, and then you just go up. Oh, gotta be careful. Went a little too far to the left. And yeah, he shows up here. There we go. For some reason, you can't use the ocarina in this area to teleport. You have to leave the area, so that's what I'm gonna do. Don't know why. Too much water for the bird, I guess. I don't know. Alright. And we're gonna take a few more liberties, since this is like a casual speedrun. I'm not trying to, like, you know, super speed every room. We're gonna teleport back to number 2. And we are going to grab the magic cape, which allows you to beat bosses so much more cheaply in this game. Which is nice. I like cheap. Not always, but in this case I do, actually. If anyone sees this, though, I'd love to hear your favorite Super NES game, because I plan on playing a lot. The consoles I'm going to be playing most, I've already played a few NES and plan on playing more. Super NES I'm going to be playing a lot. Sega Genesis, or Mega Drive, depending where you live, I plan on doing. And Game Boy, like Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, I plan on doing all those. PlayStation, I'll probably get a few in too. Those are the platforms I'm going to be doing the most. I'm a big retro guy, plus I forgot to use the curve. I'm a big retro guy, plus I don't have a capture card, so it's really nice to play games that are on the PC. Oh, indie games too. Indie games. Sorry, I forgot. I have a couple on mine, like Cave Story, and I have another one that I plan on doing pretty soon. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna use the hammer. This is another liberty, yet again, that I'm gonna take, which halves your magic, which means you can use magic at half the cost. This guy confused me when I was a kid. So you use the magic powder on this here, and a bat appears. And he's all angry on you and tells you he curses you. And I was so confused. Because he sounds like he's doing something bad to you. Yeah, so he talks like he's doing something bad to you, but that's the joke. Like, he's actually helping you, even though he thinks he's hurt. They do that in Link's Awakening too. But yeah, when I was a kid, it confused me. I thought you weren't supposed to get it. But yeah, it's very useful. It's optional, but useful. Actually, you know what? While I'm here, just because I don't think I'm going to have a tough time getting 100 more rubies, I'm going to grab an extra bottle. Better safe than sorry. Can't say it enough. I think I'll be able to get another 100 rubies without too much trouble. Yeah, so now I really don't have to worry about dying when I fill those up with fairies. Don't like taking risks on streams. I know I keep saying that, but anyone who's done a stream, I'm sure knows what I'm talking about. So, I have a few options here. I'm actually going to start... I'm going to start with this Dungeon 6. Actually, no, I'm not. I lied. I apologize. I'm going to start with Dungeon 2 now. Because, you know, I mentioned I skipped Dungeon 2 and 3 earlier. Yeah, we're going to start with Dungeon 2. So you just kind of go down south here. And yep, so this spot here. So this is an example of how you have to kind of use the two different rails to like change how to enter this dungeon. I kind of like how they did this, actually. You can't enter this dungeon unless you switch to the light rail and do something in this building. You have to like use the drain the water. So yeah, I can show off the anti-fairy trick here with the magic powder and grab a fairy. So like that, just like that, and then use the net to grab it.
I know, I didn't know it's
Yeah, my brother. But yep. So draining the water here makes it so you can proceed. Technically, you can enter the dungeon in the dark rail, but you just can't proceed any further than the first screen. This makes it so you can. I think this is the only dungeon where you have to do this, though. Like, go between both roads to enter. This dungeon's actually quite simple. I think it's a lot easier than the level 1 dungeon, even though this is the one after. Yeah, just the boss isn't too tough, and I don't know, layout's not too bad, and I don't know. Don't feel like the enemies do a lot of damage. And even though this is like sort of the water stage, it's not an annoying stage. I know a lot of people don't like water levels. Although I will say this, a lot of you are gonna hate me for saying this, but I still to this day do not think the water dungeon in Ocarina of Time was that bad. And I'm not saying I'm some excellent gamer. I'm bad at things that a lot of people are good at, but I didn't know. I didn't find the layout as bad. I was surprised to find out years later because I played it all the time when I was a kid. And there was no internet back then. This was late 90s, or at least not much internet, not like it is today. And I was surprised to find out years later that that dungeon was like extremely tough for people. I was like, really? Oh, wow. They did make it easier. Again, they do a good job updating games. They made it easier in the 3DS version, though, so that's good. They just made it more obvious, like, where the levels are. So yeah, that's nice. But yeah, I really was surprised. I'll never forget that. My best friend actually agrees with me on this. I think we're the only two, though. Everyone seems to hate it. I kind of like it. I'm known for being kind of weird and enjoying water levels, though, so I don't know if... like, I love the 3D Mario water levels. I believe I said this in one of my previous videos, but I do. Controls are awkward, though. That's usually what I hear people say, like, oh, the controlling's weird. Yeah, I just like variety a lot in video games. One reason why I love the 3D platform Mario is all the different environments you can go into. Like Mario Galaxy, how there's so many different themed planets. Love it. Hope they get to do that in Mario Odyssey, have different themes in each stage. What I've seen of it, it does. So that's going to be awesome. That's definitely a game I'm looking forward to. It comes out this month. Definitely a good reason to get a Switch. It's going to be like... I think it's going to be like the first true original Nintendo Switch game. So that's cool. Cannot wait for Pokemon for the Switch. Oh my god, that's going to be awesome. I've wanted an HD Pokemon, or a home console Pokemon, forever. I'm so happy they're doing it. It probably won't be out for a long time, but oh, day one purchase easily. I have 100% faith that it's going to be an awesome game. I have to admit, I really thought there was going to be a Smash Brothers, a deluxe, kind of like the Mario Kart one, where it just has like all the characters. Just because I mean, I would buy it. I feel like everyone would buy it. And I feel like, you know what's cool too? I have the GameCube controllers for the Wii U version, and I think you should be able to plug it into the dock station. I believe it was an HDMI. So that would be cool. It makes it so for people who still want to use the GameCube controller, like competitive players, you can still can. At least I'm sure, even if not, I'm sure there's a workaround. I mean, handheld mode, you have to play a crunch, but you know, with the little controllers, but still, it would be an excellent game to have. Yet again, if they make a whole new original one too, I don't think anyone's going to complain with that. So yeah, making some good progress here. Hook shot. Who doesn't love the hook shot? Hook shot is like one of the coolest items in Zelda. I wish there was a way to incorporate the hook shot in Breath of the Wild. They did a good job though of like taking some things but making it original, which is nice because this style of gameplay, as much as I love and adore it, it was getting a little, you know, I don't know if stale's the right word, but it started feeling repetitive. So Breath of the Wild really freshened up the series. But even still, I would have loved to see the hook shot make its way into the game. I can see why a lot of video game developers, though, turn to, like, big game developers turn to indie games. Because even though there's no denying how awesome the production values are of big-budget games, I feel like it's... I was saying this on Ali's stream the other day. I feel like it's less creative, though, or harder to be creative, because it's a more controlled environment. Same as movies. A big superhero film is very controlled, because there's a lot of money being invested into it. And the companies are going to want to play it safe because they're not going to want to lose a lot of money. One or two big mistakes, their entire company goes out of business. So I can understand why they're, you know, concerned, but that makes it very controlled, though. And another thing too, with video games especially, I'm sure some developers get sick of making sequel after sequel with like basically pretty upgrades and just a few additions rather than a completely different type of game. And I think, me too, as a songwriter, I know I'm getting wiki geeky right now, talking about like creativity, but I am a nerd, a music nerd too. But writing songs, I've always said, I don't think I'd want to write 10 albums of the same thing. I think after a while it gets boring. You just want to try. It's kind of like exploring the woods. Eventually you want to try different trails, and it's really fun to be creative, even if, you know, you come across a few stumbles along the way. There's something really exciting about trying different things and trying to explore like your imagination. And yeah, I can, even though I enjoy sequels to games like Pokemon, for example, I'll play Pokemon again and again, as long as they keep making nice upgrades and nice additions. But I can see why developers might not want to do that, because I wouldn't want to do that with music. Right now, I write simple, like kind of catchy pleasing melodies. I'm still working on an album. I'll announce it when it's finally done. But eventually, who knows? Maybe years down the road, it will be something heavier or something more longer and progressive. I really have no clue. So yeah, like I said, that dungeon's really easy. Blah, blah, blah. They do call him Ganondorf in this game, though. It's the first time I've seen them call him Ganondorf. Okay, so now we teleport. And you know what? This is the very first time I haven't beat a game beginning and end on stream, but I think I am going to cut this about halfway and finish it next stream, which will probably be let's see, what's today? It'll probably be Wednesday night. So I hope you guys don't mind, but I am going to grab the item and set myself up nice and easy on a dungeon. And the item, we need this item to enter the dungeon. Which is right up here. Even though we had the book when we first came here, you need the Master Sword to get the item. That's why I didn't grab it earlier. And we got our nice, cool level 3 Master Sword. It's another medallion. This one actually is kind of nice, too. I like it. I'm going to be using it towards the end of the game a couple times. Helps eliminate enemies on screen. Saves a little time, you know? Oops, sorry, my chair, just the arm there. I love these deactivation chairs. They're fantastic. So happy I spent money on this. But the arms are a little cheap. It's the only thing. It's kind of wiggly and kind of moves around. Everything else about it I love, though. For people like me who sit down a lot, yeah, it's really good. But, okay, so... And, of course, it's orange, because orange is my favorite color. It's kind of sad how many things I have orange. I don't know if you can see it, my yoga mat's orange, too. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, we're going to get either. Ready? Is it either or ether? No, I think it's either. My speech skills in terms of pronouncing could be better. I'm not gonna lie there. My friend loves to correct me a lot. He's a know-it-all. To be honest, though, it's not a bad thing in a way. It helps, you know, I want to sound proper. So, yep, I'm going to actually save state just so I can get back here on my next stream. So, yeah, I'm going to call it a night for now. And, yeah, I will most likely finish the game, though, on the next stream. I don't see it going past 2 or 3 parts. So, yeah, too bad. I really was hoping to beat this game within just 2 hours, 2.5 hours, but I like to talk, explain things, you know, and not go too crazy on stream, so, oh well. Like I said, casual speedrun. But, yeah, so that will be it for tonight, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night. If anyone was on here, I appreciate you stopping by, and thank you, Allie, as always. You're the best. And, yeah, I'll see you next time. Take care.